Golfers, how cool is that? And what I'm about to show you today is going to blow your mind. And what I'm going to reveal to you in a few moments in this bag are a couple of golf training aid products that I guarantee you have never seen or heard of before. And in my opinion, these products are going to revolutionize the way golf instruction is currently taught. And I promise you, it will better numerous aspects of your swing. And I present to you the GolfSaber. And how these amazing GolfSaber products came about was from Dr. Brian Rice, a sports psychologist and unbelievable inventor. And with his golf swing training system with audio feedback, which is invaluable, I believe these are the best golf training aid products in the world. And myself, as a PGA teaching professional with over 30 years of experience, I have never seen or used anything as amazing as this. And as the brand ambassador for the GolfSaber products, I am here to help you play the best golf you've ever played in your life. So here it is, the GolfSaber flashlight. And what's amazing about the GolfSaber products is we currently have two products, and one of them may be more suited for you than the other. Plus, what's amazing is we've got some really cool things in the works. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss these future videos we're going to post, especially ones that we'll post in regards to drills with your GolfSaber products. In a nutshell, this is a lightweight, dual-ended flashlight system with audio feedback, which is invaluable, with a laser unit on the front to help check for club face angle. Amazing, because of all the laser and or flashlight products I have used over my 30 years of teaching, I have never had one that also worked on club face. Now, the primary purpose with these amazing GolfSaber products, whether it's the flashlight or the other one I'll show you in a moment, is to help better your overall swing plane. Now, if any of you have had lessons with me in the past, you know that I'm a big swing plane guy. I would love to have your club working up and down on as proper of a plane as possible, because when that's the case, you're going to be giving yourself the best chance to get the best results. However, during testing, when I was in communication with Inventor Dr. Brian Rice, I said, Brian, I'm using this thing for far more than just swing plane. Forget about your products being a home run. They're a grand slam, because what I'm using them for during lessons is a multitude of other things, whether it's bettering someone's top of swing position, whether it's bettering their lag or impact position, whether it's helping to eliminate and stop the dreaded over the top outside in. It'll also help encourage attacking more from the inside. Maybe you don't get into a full, complete finish position. The GolfSaber products will help in all those areas I just mentioned. So be sure to look out for those future videos. I'm going to be posting them very, very soon with a multitude of different drills that these amazing products will absolutely help you, and you will shoot the best scores of your life. And turning on your flashlight GolfSaber is as easy as grabbing a golf tee. You would insert it in the little hole right here. And what you'll notice with one little simple click, there's the flashlight there. We flip it around over here to the end of the club. In the grip end here, there's also a little hole right here. So another little simple click, and there's the flashlight down here. Back to the club head side, with a little push of the button, hopefully it gets picked up on the camera there, but there is a level red laser line to check for club face. I'll show you that in more detail in just a moment. And one other cool thing, not only does the GolfSaber flashlight come in black, it also comes in pink. So we have two options for you. Now I'd like to show you the second GolfSaber product, the GolfSaber Laser. Now this is a lot lighter than the flashlight that I just showed you. So in my opinion, this is a little bit more suited for junior golfers, or perhaps even someone, maybe your personality type is a little more picky or precise. With this, because of laser dots, the laser dots are so small and precise, so maybe that's something that you like, whereas with the flashlight, the beams of the flashlights on both ends are wider, so you don't have to be as precise. So it's clearly just a matter of personal preference. Now to turn this on, it's very, very simple. You just take the little dial here on the end. You can see it activates a green laser dot, and then a little twist of the dial here will activate the red laser dot. Like the flashlight GolfSaber, it has the club face red laser check on top. With a simple push of the button, you'll activate that. The club face check and the lasers themselves are currently all battery operated. Let me now quickly show you how to utilize the top piece here, the club face laser check line, which is on both the GolfSaber laser and flashlight products. So what you'll see here is the laser line as such. Now, what's cool about the customability of these GolfSaber products is you can take this little piece right here and you can actually move your laser up and down, sideways, back and forth. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but typically I like to get it right on the laser dot, as close to that as I possibly can. There we go. As I get set here at address and I swing this back to the halfway back hip high position here, which would look like this from the face-on view. So when the shaft is about halfway back, roughly hip high or so, and essentially the shaft is along my toe line, I would like to be able to check to see that the club face is square. And square would be where that laser line now is matching my lower back and spine. So I now know I have a very square club face. Too many of you, and I mean too many of you, are swinging the club back typically off plane. Again, you would see with your laser or flashlight GolfSaber product, if you work out in this direction, for example, you're instantaneously off plane, and typically when that happens, the club is going out this way, and the club face tends to fan open in this direction. So again, you can work on so many things with these amazing GolfSaber products. So whether you are using your GolfSaber laser or flashlight product, I'm going to show you how to properly set up your audio feedback targets. For me, when I have used it to work on takeaway and other aspects of my swing, I now know, because I've used it so many times, where to position the height of the tripods. You can see this back one, the takeaway is a little bit lower. Then I've got this one over here for post-impact on the way through into a finish position. With the accessories in the bag, the logoed golf tee, ball, and the white measuring device, and the black tape measure here, first thing I like to do is, for me, I have found that 10 feet is where I need to place the tripods and inevitably the audio feedback targets. So I'll pull this out and set this right at 10 feet, right there. And let's get it set on the target line. There we go, on that white piece of tape there. So what I have now at the 5 foot mark, because I've got 5 feet here, 5 feet there, is I can now take this and fold it out. And it's got this little grommet on the front here, so the golf ball just sits on that. So what you do, you just put this underneath the tape measure. There's actually a little indicator right here where the tape measure would be positioned. So with this at the 5 foot mark, then I place the logo ball here. And I can stretch this out a little bit here. So this is useful if you wanted to know inches wise here how you could place your toes to the target line so that you can get yourself set in the right spot every time. So it's there if you want to utilize that. Let's now turn the audio feedback targets on. So there and there. I'll start by showing the flashlight GolfSaber. So make sure, like I mentioned earlier, you've got a tee handy. So again, with one little simple click, you can see that turned on. And then we'll do the same thing here in the grip. And we turn it on right there. Now, for example, working on swing plane. And again, that was the primary intent of the GolfSaber products. However, I utilize this in so many other ways. Again, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, this is the best, these products are the best golf training aids I have ever used. I have seen incredible results from my students very quickly because you are working on muscle memory, yes, but again, the audible feedback from the targets is invaluable. So as I get set here, and yes, let me press the button to turn on the club face check line. So as I'm ready to go, I can now try to get that flashlight along the black tape measure And if I can do that, I know my takeaway is perfect. Because if I was pushing out with the hands and I barely felt like my hands pushed out, immediately that flashlight is off plane, off the tape measure. Conversely, if I pull my hands in too much and it didn't feel like a whole lot, but man, I could really see that flashlight pulled to the inside and off the tape measure right away. Because as we know, a faulty takeaway backswing often, and I mean often, leads to a poor downswing. And I'm trying to get that better for you guys, because if somebody is coming down inevitably outside in this way, cutting across the ball, which is 90% of the golfing universe, to some degree, 90% are swinging over the top. The shaft is pitching forward this way and cutting across, whether it's a degree or two or 10, 15 degrees or more from outside in. There we go again, another pull left or a slice. So in regards to the takeaway, I know if I can get that flashlight working beautifully right there, and then as I start to get a little hinge of the wrists, I will trigger that back target. So here, there we go. Just imagine doing that for 10, 20, 30 minutes a day. You will get your swing so down pat, so on plane, way quicker than you ever have before with any other training aid. I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. So now we can swing up to the top, and then on the way down, as I work through, I'm hoping that this flashlight here will activate the forward target, and you can see that there. So as I do this in a full swing, I'm hoping I'll hear both targets. If I don't, then I know I'm a little off kilter. Now again, for me, if I position these tripods more or less even, like this here, about a foot or so, maybe 1.5 feet inside the target line, for me, that's effective for what I'm working on at the moment, the takeaway and inevitably post-impact. So let's now do this at full speed. Fabulous. Because obviously if I went 2 out or 2 in with my takeaway, I'm never going to activate that back target. And conversely, I'm probably going to come down over the top, especially if I pull the club in here, which a gazillion people do, and then they loop the club up and around this way and they cut across. They would never activate either target. Now, in my opinion, what I have found is the flashlight GolfSaber product works better in the regard of swinging at a faster normal swing speed. Because with the wider beam of the flashlight, it's a little easier to trigger the targets. Whereas, and I'll show in a moment, with the laser product, you've got to be just that much more precise with it because those laser dots are so small. So if you're working on fuller speed swings, if you will, my opinion, I would gravitate towards purchasing the flashlight. However, if you want to get a little picky with something, say you're more of a technical person or more of a precise person, and you want to really hone in on, for example, say your initial takeaway move, the laser club may be better for you. Because with that laser dot, I'm telling you, you've got to be very precise with it. The littlest off, and you're off. And let's say, for example, I was one of those players that had a poor takeaway, and it's way in here. Again, I'd be working on this like crazy to activate that back target. I would position it more or less along my toe line so that when I activate, hopefully activate that target, right here, the GolfSaber flashlight was essentially on my toe line, and I was able to trigger that target. I know that my initial takeaway was phenomenal. Let's also say you're somebody that comes down over the top and you want to learn how to shallow the club more effectively. If I needed to attack more from inside out, I could easily take this target and position it a little bit more over here to really, really encourage overcooking a little bit, and nothing wrong with overcooking in the beginning. I love to do A and Z, total opposites. If you're doing A, you have got to do and feel and see numerous times Z, the total opposite. So who knows where your backswing may be, but you're coming down outside in, cutting across, not ideal. But if you can get your perfect backswing and you work up to the top, Now on the way down, as you shallow the club this way, you can now hopefully trigger this target over here post impact. Yes, that's a little overcooked, but I was forcing the inside out motion. That would be phenomenal for millions of you out there that aren't doing that. And one of the other things that I really love about these GolfSaber products with the audio feedback targets is the fact that you don't have to pop out of your spine angle or pull out of the shot, so to speak, in particular when you're working on something like, say, takeaway or backswing. Because typically, when you get set over a shot and you're working on takeaway, backswing, you take it halfway back and you check, you look to see, you kind of pop out of the spine angle. Most of us do that, but with these products, you don't have to do that. You simply just want to hear what's happening. So it's also helping to keep you in your spine angle, which is wonderful to hit more solid shots. In other words, I don't have to go here and pop out of my shot, my spine angle, to check to see, where I'm at. As long as I can make that initial takeaway backswing stay tilted, all I need to do is hear what's happening. So something like this. Wonderful. And as I've already mentioned, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on, because I will be posting very, very soon a nice video in regards to various drills you can do and ways to set up these targets for your GolfSaber products. So let's turn this off, and I will then grab the laser product. So let's turn this on. Again, it's just a simple little twist of the dial right there, and then another simple little twist right over here. And then, sure, I'll turn on the laser line. I'm not sure if it'll pick it up there, but so as I'm here ready to go, and again, you'll feel the weight of this. It's a lot lighter than the flashlight. So again, in my opinion, this is a little bit more suitable for juniors or someone that wants to get very, very picky and precise with whatever they're working on. So the same idea, same principle, as I swing this back right along the tape line. Again, if I had the slightest little out with my hands this way, that laser dot just jumps out in that area. Conversely, two in this way, again, I barely felt anything going on with my hands there, but man, I could really see that laser getting pulled inside. You can so hone in on your initial takeaway move better than you ever have before with these products. So again, I want to try to activate that back one because today I'm working on my takeaway, my backswing. So from here, there we go. Now again, keep in mind, because this laser dot is so tiny, you've got to be a little more precise to trigger and activate the audio feedback targets. So in my opinion, this is more suited for precision over speed or full swings. And then again, since we have the target over there, let's see if I can activate the target post-impact by shallowing my downswing and swinging a little out to the right. So here we go. On the way down, I shallowed it. I can even see now the laser dot here coming from the inside of the target line. Beautiful. From there, I see the laser dot going inside out. It's essentially pointing at that forward target. And then as I come through over here and I work through here, I can really feel activating the forward target. It doesn't really get much better than that. And maybe you've already purchased your GolfSaber product. I would love in the comments below, let me know how you are utilizing your GolfSaber. Maybe there's something I haven't even thought of yet. So please leave some comments, and I'm telling you, these products will help your game more than anything you've ever used before. So whether it's the black or the pink GolfSaber flashlight or the GolfSaber laser, the choice is up to you. And Inventor Dr. Brian Rice and I would love to see you at the 2026 PGA show in Orlando, Florida. Stop by our booth. We'll have a lot of cool things for you to see and test and demo. And as you can imagine, I'm very thankful to Dr. Rice for his vision in inventing these amazing GolfSaber products. And I'm proud to be his PGA Teaching Pro and the brand ambassador for his amazing GolfSaber products. And anything instruction-wise, I'd be happy to help you. I'll leave my contact information below. Feel free to send me an email. Anything I can do to help you with your GolfSaber products so you can improve even faster, please let me know. I also offer online lessons where you and I can work together using these amazing GolfSaber products, and I know you will start to play the best golf of your life. Additionally, we are so excited about the products, we'd like to offer you 10% off. I have my exclusive link. It is the first pinned comment down below. Be sure to click on that link and you'll receive your 10% off at checkout. And as always, may your swing be with you.